Alright folks, welcome back to King's Consoles for part 2 of the Game Awards predictions. Quite straightforward. I'm just going to go through what my predictions were, who I personally thought should win it, and who ended up winning it eventually, and just see how right and wrong I was. So let's get straight into the nominations, and I've got a little list of who I said in my last video should win in my opinion and who I thought the judge would vote for. Starting off with Game of the Year, my prediction that I thought who should win it was Witcher 3 and the Wild Hunt, but I did think the judges would vote for Fallout 4. So let's have a look and see what the real result was. You may already know the results already, but we'll run through them anyway. And it turns out my personal opinion was correct. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt did actually win. So my predictions of thinking about it being an early release game in the early of the year, I was completely wrong. So that is our Game of the Year, The Witcher 3. Moving on to Developer of the Year, my personal pick was Kojima Productions for Metal Gear Solid 5, the work on that. And although I predicted Fallout 4 for the judges, I did guess that CG Projekt Red would actually win this category. So let's see who won Developer of the Year. And there we go. So it was in fact CG Projekt Red. So with them winning Game of the Year, as I said in my previous video, sometimes they do come hand in hand, these categories, but they did in fact win the Developer of the Year. So congratulations on that one. Next category we have is Best Independent Game. Now I've had the same prediction on both, which was Rocket League. Excellent game, as I say, playing the PlayStation 4 many a time. And scrolling down, you can see Rocket League did in fact win that. So definitely deserved win for the guys at Psyonix. Although I do think that all the other games certainly would deserve to be in the category. I will be checking out some of it, especially Axiom Verge. I will be picking it up at one point and checking it out. Next category is the handhelds and best mobile and handheld games. Now my predictions were Pac-Man, which I thought should win it, mainly because it's one of the only ones I had actually played, bar Fallout Shelter. And Fallout Shelter is the one I actually thought the judge would pick and would win the category. And the results are, see, it's not Fallout Shelter, it was Lara Croft Go. So it shows you how much I know about mobile and handheld. Never saw that one coming. So yeah, congratulations to the guys at Square Enix. Certainly a great win there. I believe they've got Hitman Go coming out as well. So obviously trying to put all their big series on mobile platforms. So I've done absolutely terrible in that round. Best narrative went for Until Dawn. This wasn't really a category I knew too much of. So I really just guessed Until Dawn for myself, personally winning it, and Life is Strange. The winner of Best Narrative was Her Story, another game which I'm going to have to either watch some gameplay or pick up myself and have a little go of. Certainly one I didn't hear of before the awards. So yep, completely wrong on that account. So I'm not doing too great over the past two. Next one, Best Score and Soundtrack. Just like Best Indie, I went for one game for both. My personal opinion and the judges I believe would be Metal Gear Solid 5. And if I scroll down, there we go. So Metal Gear Solid 5 takes it, The Phantom Pain. A game I will eventually pick up at some point. I'm really looking forward to getting it. Just got too many games to be playing at the moment. And the great thing is the price will come down. I think it's already down to about £25 at CEX at the time of recording this video. So I'm sure I'll be picking up very soon and getting a chance to play through that. And there we go. So next we are looking at Best Performance. Now, Best Performance, I personally picked Mark Hamill because I'm a geek and I love his version of the Joker. And I guessed that the judges would pick Doug Cockle because of Witcher 3. Now, I didn't really know much about this category either, if I'm absolutely honest. I'm not really a big judge of best performances, to be fair, but the judges did think that Viva Siegfried, I'm sure I actually mentioned her name wrong in the last video, yeah, from Her Story, so she won the best performer, so congratulations to her on that. So the 2 awards for Her Story, very good. Next one is games for impact. I wasn't really too sure what this award actually meant. I picked Life is Strange for both, a game I never really heard of, but I had watched a few trailers of it before doing my last video. And the winner of this category, so that was the games for impact, make sure I click the right one, is Life is Strange. So double win on that one. And it's a game I'm most likely, I've got a bit of a list of games already to pick up, but that's another game I think may hopefully pick up. You never know, if it ever comes on PlayStation 4, if it's not already on PlayStation 4, you may get it free one of these days. We just have to wait and see. Now, best shooter, I picked Black Ops 3 for both, because I kind of think it was one of the biggest shooters out there, certainly in terms of sales, so I thought the judges may have saw that as favourable, but also the fact that it's really the only game I've actually played of the lot that's been there. So the winner of best shooter was Splatoon. That's a big shock for me. Now it is a shock because I've not played Splatoon, so what I've heard is it's an excellent game in terms of shooters go, but personal experience, I wouldn't have had a clue that this would have won this category, especially with such strong titles as Halo 5, Destiny and Call of Duty, and it's even Star Wars Battlefront as well, more recently. So I kind of did predict that it may have been Battlefront if it wasn't Black Ops, but certainly never saw Splatoon. That just hit me completely by surprise. Next category, best action adventure. Much like soundtrack, I went for Metal Gear Solid 5 for both. So let's see how right or wrong I was. And I was correct. I just know how good Kojima Productions are in terms of storytelling. And not that the others aren't, but certainly that was always going to be my pick for this category. So quite an easy and straightforward category there. Moving on to best role-playing game. So before I click on it, best role-playing game, I did choose Fallout 4, so I kind of reversed my choice for game of the year, and I say the judges would actually choose Witcher 3. Don't know what my logic in this again was, but yeah, I went to Fallout 4 and Witcher 3 as judges' choice. Role-playing game winner was, as you can see, Witcher 3. So my guess was right in terms of who the judges would pick, but I was wrong with going for Fallout 4. Certainly not doing too bad though. I'm getting some categories, the ones I tend to know about, I'm tending to do not too bad. Remember, the first choice is my own personal opinion. The main one I'm really looking at is my guess of what the judges would pick. Moving on to best fighting game. It's another category. I only really knew one of the titles, or had seen gameplay of one of the titles, which is Mortal Kombat X. And I chose that for both categories, for my own personal pick and for the judges. And the winner of best fighting game is Mortal Kombat X. So there you go, quite a straightforward category there. I mean, there's games like Guilty Gear, Rise and Thunder. I'm sure there's loads of great games for fighting. I mean, there's only 4 in the category, and Mortal Kombat is the most well known. So that's why I'm guessing they won that one. Plus it's a really good game apparently. Best family game. So the choices here, I personally picked Super Mario Maker, and I thought the judges would pick Lego Dimensions. So almost clicked the wrong one there. Best family game did go to Super Mario Maker. So my personal pick was in fact correct. However, I thought the judge would maybe go for one of the more toy-based games, so I was wrong on that account, which isn't too great. But anyway, let's keep on moving. I see I'm not going to make this video as long as the last one. I think it was about half an hour. Next title is Best Sports Racing Game. Now, quite straightforward this one as well. I picked Rocket League for both of them, my choice and the judge's choice. And the winner of Best Sports Racing Game, scrolling down, was in fact Rocket League. So the guys have had a great time, multiple awards, and it's a really quite a difficult in thinking of it. I mean, these are realistic sports, so you've got your soccer or football, basketball, racing, FIFA, and Rocket League is a racing game, but it's kind of you wouldn't say it's a typical sports game as such, but in the day it does fall in that category. It actually covers both. It has football, or it has balls, and it has cars. Enough said about that, the better. So yeah, we got both predictions on that just right. Next category is best multiplayer, which I went for. My own personal pick is Black Ops 3, and the Rocket League. I thought they would also take the best multiplayer for this category as well. And the results for this category is Splatoon. So once again, completely wrong. Totally undomesticated Splatoon. They took the multiplayer as well as the best shooter, and it's a game. Hopefully, if I do ever pick up a Wii U going forward, I'll definitely pick up Splatoon to see exactly what people think of the game, or why it has won the 2 awards this year. Now I missed it in my last video. Some technical difficulties. Missed out best art direction. If you did watch it on the laptop, you'll see a little annotation. My guess is, if not, then you wouldn't have seen this. But I guessed, from my own personal opinion, Bloodborne as best art director, and Ori as being the jury's best choice. And the survey says it does go to Ori and the Blind Forest. Now this one, I have heard a few YouTubers in here saying they're a bit surprised at this due to the looks of the game. I personally still believe it should have been Bloodborne, but Ori is a very nice looking game. I can certainly see why the judges did vote for that, and gave Min Studios an award for their hard work. So yeah, that's the best art direction. So that's all the judges' choices. We're now moving on to the fans' choices, where you guys decided, if you have voted, who goes for what category. Esports Game of the Year, I chose Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or CSGO for short, and I thought the judges would pick Hearthstone because it's such its popularity. And the winner of this category, now I know for a fact it's not on here because I've already looked, and it is actually Counter-Strike Global Offensive. You have to take my word on that. For some reason they just never update the website. So I was certainly right, and I believe all the videos out there I've watched on YouTube and certainly Twitch, I can understand why this is so popular as it is. If you even look at people like Syndicate, who go through the cage openings, the crate openings, yeah, it's a massive game. But yeah, completely off with Hearthstone, but hey ho, I got one of them right. Best fan creation, now I went for GTA 5 Targets, and I said the judges would probably go for Portal Stories Mel, which was a level created by the fans. Can't remember the name, but I'm sure I'll see it in a second. Winner was Prism Studios, that's who it was. It was Portal Stories Mel, so congratulations to Prism Studios on that. Some very hard work. I mean, definitely if you haven't watched it before, watch this trailer and what they managed to create. Very, very good work. Very impressed. But even all those categories deserve an award. So good. Trending gamer, I went for Greg Miller on both accounts. And scrolling down, we see Mr. Greg Miller did win the award, and he had a very good speech. If you haven't seen it already, he's certainly put out there about the developers. They should be getting more praise. The guys that spend all the long hours making these games that we enjoy playing. So if you haven't seen it already, just search for Greg Miller Game Awards 2015 speech, and you'll see his speech that he took. But love the work from Greg and the other guys at Kind of Funny. It's obviously went down to single people, but I certainly feel that the whole team at Kind of Funny Games, or just Kind of Funny in general, deserve this award, and I'm sure that Greg feels the same way. Now, Esports Team of the Year, I did go for my team, Optic Gaming. Come on the green wall. And the winner was a tough category. It was in fact Optic Gaming, which made me really happy. So I'm glad to see those guys got the recognition they deserved for winning the multiple Call of Duty tournaments. As I say, Call of Duty is not the biggest esports title. It's certainly getting bigger as we roll on, and certainly it's going to be bigger this year with Black Ops 3. Activision and Sony putting up quite a big prize pool in the World Leagues. So we'll see how they do this season. But certainly Optic Gaming certainly deserves to win Esports Team of the Year, and of course the Green Wall doing their job and voting for them. Almost there, guys. Esports Player of the Year, I didn't really have a clue on this one. I went for Olaf Meister. The winner of the year was Kenny Keynes Shrub. Is it Shrub? So I don't butchered his surname there. Yeah, I wasn't too sure. I mean, none of the Call of Duty guys were in here. I vaguely had heard of Olofmeister before, but I was wrong on both accounts for that one. And last but not least, the most anticipated game of the year, I chose for both myself and the jury, No Man's Sky, and the winner was No Man's Sky. Certainly I think, hopefully this does go to PlayStation VR. I think this game will be absolutely amazing in virtual reality. There's no word on it yet, but I certainly think that something will come along the lines. Even without VR, I still can't wait to delve into the worlds of No Man's Sky. So that's all, guys. That's hope you did enjoy the video if you're still here till the end. Let me know how you got on with your predictions. Just to tally up, so my own personal opinion, I got 12 right in terms of what actually happened, and guessing out of what the jury would predict, I actually got 13, so I done better than actually guessing what the jury was going to select. Anyway guys, that's all for this video. Do keep an eye on the channel for more gameplay. I've just recently put a video up of Uncharted multiplayer beta, so do check that out if you haven't done so already, but we'll bring more content as soon as possible. But this is Dave from King's Consoles, so I'll catch you later.
Bye bye.